Hey everybody, welcome to my live stream. Renso here. Okay, let me see. Okay, let's paint a new portrait today. Okay. Okay. Here we have titanium white, chrome yellow, cadmium yellow, alizarin crimson, burnt sienna. This is emerald green, ultramarine blue, and ivory black. Okay. I got for the beginning, for the first stages, I work with bristle brushes. Here are the bristle brushes. Okay. Here I have two photographs. This is what we do on Patreon sessions. I got this one, the upper one, the one on the left, where we can see the separation between values. You know, I do that with Photoshop. I create that photograph. There is a filter, it's called cutout. And that when you do that, you choose how many values you want, 3, 4, 5, and you get an image like that. And then we paint just following that photograph. We paint that first, and then we blend between the values. Okay. Oh, hello, Pagan. That's the first live. Welcome. Hello, Michael. Hello, Sylvia. Hello, Rubina. Hello, Sundu. Hello, Fabio, Sylvia, Terry, Brigitte, Marius. Okay, hello, Tina. Okay, let's begin. Okay, first I'm going to start sketching. I just need a smaller brush. You know, usually I pick up a brush this kind of stiff, an old one. This one is good. I'm gonna use burnt sienna. Okay, let's see, top, the bottom. Okay, how tilted is the face. Now from here I'm gonna start just measuring. You know, I think we'll know the proportions by now. You know, we're gonna split the face in 3 portions. Okay. One portion that's going to be from the hairline to the eyebrows. An equal portion from there that's going to be from the eyebrows to the bottom of the nose. And from the bottom of the nose to the bottom of the chin. Okay, it could be, you know, that the person has maybe a longer nose or longer chin. And that we need to make an adjustment when we paint. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm gonna think about the forehead. Okay, check out just how tilted is the forehead. Use anything, a brush, any tool that you can gonna put on top here on the photograph to calculate the angle that is here. Okay, that's gonna be the easy way to draw the forehead. Now for the nose, you can do the same. If this is like this is going to be more tilted. You do the same. Okay. At the same time, check out alignments. For example, this portion of the face, let's say that is here. On the photograph, use a brush, anything, put it like this. I'm doing that right now, and I check out the alignment, and I see, for example, that if I trace a vertical line, it goes like this. And this area is here. Then I have a better idea about the position, the bridge, you know, of the eye socket, the top of the eye socket. I move down here. For this portion, I split this in 2, and we can sit the mouth on top of this. For this position, the mouth, you know, we're gonna start just drawing a triangle for the mouth. The same way that we're gonna start just drawing a triangle for the eye. Okay, to place the eye, we split this in 3 portions too. And we find that we can sit the eye on the first line. Okay. Let me see here. Feel free to ask me any question. We could use a little bit of linseed oil. The same here. I'm gonna check another alignment, and I think the tip of the nose is aligned to the tip of the chin. It's like here, let's say here I find this vertical alignment. Okay. It's pretty useful, huh? For the ear, the bottom of the ear is aligned with the mouth. The top of the ear, I think, is aligned with the lower portion of the eye, the lower eyelid. Yeah. Hello, Christos. Okay. Okay, I think with this is enough. Now I'm going to start just preparing the values I see here. We can count 1, 2, 3, 4. You find the link to the photograph on the description box. If you want the other photograph, the one that's up here, you know, you can get it just on Patreon. You got it in Patreon. You don't need to do anything. You're gonna find the link to the video on Patreon. Okay, you just below the video you're gonna find the link, the 2 photographs. Okay, you don't have to subscribe or anything. It's just there. And okay, let's mix the first value. We can see. We can count, like I said before, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There, 5 values. I'm gonna mix the first one. It's gonna be white and burnt sienna. Okay. Are you free to use any medium? Linseed oil, liquid, anything. Okay. I don't use any medium, just basically just, if sometimes, you know, another time I had a tube, a white, titanium white. It was really thick, and I had to use it, you know, a little bit of linseed oil. Hello, Jorge. Hello, Eric. Hello, Mary. Hello, Wendy. Hello, Gabriela. Hello, Larry the Moose. What program are you using to get the poster effect? Photoshop. I use Photoshop. Yeah, I should do a video about using Photoshop. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm gonna paint the first value. Is here. Okay. this this is a good exercise. Obviously, the idea is getting used to separate values, light, midtones, and shadows. And I keep mentioning that the more important values that you gotta pay attention to are the darker ones. Okay. Another thing, you can just put more paint on the lighter values, all the paint you want, really thick, and less paint on the shadows. Now, second brush, white, and burn sienna again. Okay, now let's paint. Now it is you wanna be so precise, just spend more time mixing the colors, but it's not about that being that precise. First, Photoshop, you're gonna notice if you use that filter, give you a version of values, but not it doesn't give you a perfect color. Sometimes I got this with some. You see the photograph, you see some green on the nose. I don't see the green on the photograph. Okay. That's the second value, and I think it's on the nose too. Here. Okay. Now I see the same value on the ear, but it's reddish. Same value, different color, a different variation, more just pinkier, reddish. Okay. Hello, Monique. Hello, Bob. Yeah, Eric. I'm gonna do this Photoshop video. Yeah. Hello, Steve. Hello, Steve. Oh, that's pretty good, Steve. Yeah. I'm just so glad that you liked the paintings. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. Hello, Nico. Okay. Now let's move to. I got a table here, a little table, and I put my brushes here as I used them in order. You know, I use a new brush for a new color. This was for the first one. Second one, I'm gonna use this one for the other color. I'm keeping this pretty simple. That way, you all can follow this. Okay. First mixture is just burnt sienna and white, just that. And I got different brands here. I got this burnt sienna is from Winton, and these two Cameo Red and Eastern Crimson is from is Rembrandt. Okay, that's kind of one. I have one color from one brand and another color from another brand, but this one I think that's the more important to get the same color. Is this burnt sienna? Okay, these two it's just that. Okay, it's pretty simple. Burnt sienna and white. Now, obviously, if you wanna get a different skin color, you can add a touch of Eastern Crimson, a touch of yellow. It's up to you, but with this, it's enough. Now, another thing, you're gonna see that the more you add, obviously, more, what was that? More burnt sienna, it's more orangey. You need to knock down that color. Okay, we can knock down with gray, blue, okay? You know, green, I got, oh, thank you so much, Tina. I got some stars from Tina Higer. Okay. Now, I'm gonna knock down this. I can choose green, blue, black, you know. I'm gonna pick up ultramarine blue, a little bit. Now what happens if you add too much ultramarine blue? Look at that, I'm gonna add more and more. It becomes kind of greenish, or grayish, greenish. Okay, if that happens to you, you add more burnt sienna and white. Okay. Now I see on the photograph that this color looks pretty orangey. If you want to match that color, you know, just add a touch of red, a touch of yellow. On this first stage, I'm not that worried about matching the color that I see on the photograph. More worried about the values. How dark, okay, how light is the value in relationship to the other one. Okay. I gotta think here, on the neck. Yeah, I think that's enough. Okay. Brush number 1, number 2, number 3. Right now, number 4. Okay. Now a darker one. There. This is what you want. Value scale. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is darker than the other one. If you don't see this value scale on your palette, you're not gonna see it on the face. Okay. Now, I would suggest use a palette. I see so many people using plates. I think that's okay, you know, but I don't know why. I just prefer a bigger palette where I can just have some order. You know, I have a friend that he uses a plate, a big one. But when I see it, I don't see an order. And I say, wow, this is too crazy for me. You know. And I know that this, you got used to, you know, use the simpler thing, always the simpler palette is always a plate, a plastic plate. And I have used that, but you know, I promise you that you're gonna get better results on your painting if you have a pretty good palette, you have order. Okay. This could be kind of confusing sometimes between you and when you start using Photoshop to get these values, you're gonna notice you get up to 8 values from 2. 2 when you see you have an image that's light in shadow, just 2 values. But I suggest pick up just 5, 4, 5, depends on how much experience you have. Just right now here, you notice that maybe it's going to be a little bit complicated to follow. And I just have 4, 5 values. But don't think about like you need to get this perfect. No, it's more about what's happening to you in terms of what are you getting used to, and thus is that you're getting used to think about values, light, midtones, and shadows. Okay, and keep repeating. And which ones? The darker ones are the important ones. Okay. Here, when we paint following this, photograph is just like we cannot escape the darker values. One thing that usually happens if at the end when we got all painted, we notice that we need to make adjustments, and usually the adjustments are on the darker values. We need to darken them up a bit more. Okay, I'm gonna pick up another brush for the darker one. Okay. Oh, I need raw umber. I forgot to put down raw umber on my palette. I'm gonna use this one, this Winton. I'm using this one Winton because I have two raw umbers that I use, Winton and Rembrandt. Rembrandt is more transparent, Winton is more opaque. For this, I prefer the Winton, that's more opaque, it's darker. Okay. Let's see some questions. Hola Celso. Hola Susana. Hello Prakish. And there's a name here, sorry, that I don't know how to pronounce. Hello Lana. Okay. I see a comment here on that I don't know what it means, but I'm just gonna remove the comment. Okay, let's continue. Okay, I'm gonna mix this with alizarin crimson. Now I'm using a synthetic brush. I don't wanna hold too much paint. Okay, my brush. Okay, I clean the brush. I pick up more paint. Now clean the brush before you go to the palette to pick up more paint, because after being here just doing this, I don't know, you notice that how it gets lighter, and you go back to here and you ended up lighting up the color on the palette. Okay, I'm gonna mix more. I'm squinting down my eyes. Okay, stepping back. You know what? I like the background. Looks like it's a painting, but I don't know if I'm gonna keep it. Maybe the value. The value I think is good. It creates contrast with all the shadow on the face. But color, I don't know if I'm gonna keep the same color. Feel free to ask me any question. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Michael. We got a super chat. Yeah. So, money always makes me happy. Hello, Doris. Okay. Let's see. Now, I'm not using too much paint here with this, as you notice, obviously, when you use a synthetic brush, it's just like you cannot move too much paint with this brush. Okay, it's better if you want to just spread the paint and get a thin layer. That's what I want here. Okay. Now, as I said before, for like light is different. Just pick up all the paint you want. Exaggerate this if you want. You know, put it like this, like in a sculpture. As a matter of fact, that's a rule about classical painting. We can just have a lot of paint on the lights, you know, and thin paint on the shadows. Okay. Okay. And for the second one, you can do the same. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this. If your burnt sienna is too orangey, remember, just use a little bit of blue, a little bit of blue, a little bit of green, a little bit even black. But black is, you know, is obviously it's a little bit dangerous because it could knock down the color just too fast. Okay. Now we can blend. Okay, let me look for a nice brush. For blending, the brushes I use are just round brushes, synthetic ones, but you see here, it's all frayed out here. Okay. Look at the hair. It looks like a mop, like a tiny mop. You know, and I got a lot of the, like this. Look at this one. This one, it was a really pointy brush. Now look, pretty nice. I have another one that I love. It's not like that. It doesn't have the same shape, but it's pretty soft. I love it because I can blend it, you know, a lot with that brush. Oh my God, I got a question. Have you thought any more about getting a bicycle? Yeah, I was just thinking that yesterday, you know, because I gained like 2 pounds, and so, oh my God, no, you know, I've been on a diet, doing a lot of, and yeah, I said, okay, no way, I got to do some, I have to work out, I need some exercise. Thank you, Doris. Hello, Jessica. Jessica saying hi from Canada. Bob is saying hi from France. Yeah. Okay. Let's continue here. Okay. Just blending is going to be just here between the values. Okay. You need both photographs for this, for when you start blending. It's not just about creating the transition between one value and the other. You're going to realize that maybe you're going to need to push the light a little bit up. Okay. So that's the way we paint on Patreon. clean the brush every minute. I got paper towel here. Okay, and then this, I clean the brush. You can, or you can use two brushes. If you're a beginner and you're losing the difference between light and shadows, and at the end you see your painting, you don't see shadows. If you don't see shadows, you don't see lights. Okay, just be careful with the brushes and don't overblend. This is not about getting a nice smooth out surface. It's about creating a transition between one value and the other. Okay, just that. You want to smooth out this. That's gonna be in the next hour. That's the first stage. On class, we usually spend like an hour on this stage. Obviously, I go slower. Here, it's been like what? It's been like 20 minutes, maybe 40 minutes. Eh? Oh no. The shadow here in the nose is too light. I'm pressing a little bit with this brush, kind of pushing the paint up. Okay, kind of cleaning that area to have this darker color. But since I don't have too much paint, this is darker and transparent. Okay, a little bit of coffee. Hello, Terry Jones from California. Hello, Kundan. Pagan Revenge is also from Canada. I use makeup brushes for blending. They work wonderful. Yeah, it does. Doris saying, can you someday paint dark skin tone like Hispanic person? Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, this person is like a Hispanic skin color. You know, it's more like orangey. Okay, now let's paint the hair. For the hair, I can use this raw umber. I'm using a little bit of linseed oil to spread the paint a little bit faster. That's good. Okay. Now the background. What would you suggest? For the ear, I'm gonna use a little bit more of linseed, at least on crimson. Okay. Not too much paint, as you see. I don't know what I'm thinking about green, light green for the background. I'm gonna pick up number 2. My brush with number 2, this one. I'm gonna add a little bit of red and white. I'm gonna paint the ear. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna use the same, more red. You know, we have some reddish areas, reddish colors on the skin. Okay. It's up to you how much red you add. We can make it pretty reddish. Okay. Well, Mary's saying green. Eric saying warm gray. Yeah. What about the same color? You know, I like it. I should have painted the face more to the left. Yeah? Have too much space here. I'm gonna just move the image here. Where is it? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna move this over here a bit more. Just to see, what about that gray? Green, I love the orange. There's not too much contrast, you know, between orange and orange. I want more contrast. I think I'd knock down green. Yesterday I painted a portrait at class, and I painted a green background. Look at this. It looks bluish, yeah, on the screen. I like it, the same background, I think. Hey, it looks nice. Maybe I could knock down this green a bit more. Yeah, kind of greenish. Okay, let's continue. Now, I was thinking I was painting the reddish colors on the skin. You know, reddish colors on the skin, the cheeks, nose, eyelids, and chin. Okay. Okay. Just be sure that you put down this color where is the value. Don't paint this one over here or here where it's not the same value. Okay. No. The other one, the same. This is exactly what we do in class. The idea about this process is that you're going to be able to repeat this again and again. Even if you don't have the upper photograph, okay, it's about, remember, squinting down your eyes, separation between values. If I just see the real photograph, not the one with the values, I can see really clear, you know, the shadows, midtones, and lights. Okay, and that's enough to paint any portrait. That should be enough to paint any portrait. I mean, at the beginning at least, you know, but obviously there's more. A face is always difficult. We need to know a bit of anatomy. We need to know, you know, more in order to see more. This one, the same, a little bit of red. Okay. Okay. Okay, now blend it again. Let's say that you're an absolute beginner. If you get to this stage, you're pretty good. Okay, you can even stop here and just paint another portrait. Okay, following the same steps, no details, got a face, got some volume and color. Okay. No, I'm not saying that you should do that, but I think that's a good idea. It's not, you don't think in terms of I gotta just paint a perfect portrait. Think that I gotta paint 100 portraits, 100 studies. Okay. If you're able to get to this stage and get something close to what I have, just consider that's a win-win, situation. Okay. Gotta move the shadow a little bit down. I gotta press a little bit harder just to move the other color. Clean the brush and pick up more paint. You can see there's not too much paint on my brush, which is different when I paint here. Okay, I see there's a lot of highlight there. I can just even pick up. You can just even pick up just pure white and put it here. Now, what I would recommend, add a little bit of a color there. Why not mix white with a touch of yellow? Okay, the color is going to glow more than just pure white. Okay, let's think about green. I mean green for the background. Okay, Michael is saying, do you sometimes use irregular brush strokes for blending instead of soft and smooth? Yeah. Yeah, for example, first the brush is, let's say, irregular, and I can just do this. Okay, let me clean this brush. Okay, like I'm moving the brush in different directions. Yeah. And I got some blending, but not. Remember, it's more about getting that transition. It doesn't have to be soft. If you got some texture there, it's gonna be pretty good. If you don't want any texture, obviously pick up a different brush, softer one. And yeah, I mean, for example, I'm gonna put more paint in that area again in the next minutes. But I'm gonna blend it here, okay? Let's say that you love blending. You love, you wanna make it really smooth. But that's gonna be about the tool. Look what I'm doing. I'm barely touching the canvas, just on the air. Look at the brush. Just the tip of the brush, it has a little bit of paint. Okay. Yeah. to go to the same all over the painting, you know. But I gotta say that I love blending, but I love to see that there is paint there. Okay, there is some texture. And I get closer, I think, okay, there is some thickness there. Now you can add a lot of paint, shadows, lights everywhere, but a rule is that you should add less paint, remember, on the shadows. That's a rule. Okay. Hello, Subnir. Hello, Steve. Steve, how this is not a silly question, but is there a big difference in what oils to use when painting? Oils just seem very expensive to get started with. Yeah, I mean, depends. For portrait, okay, one thing, obviously, cheaper oil paints, I mean, are not gonna last. Something is gonna happen, something. Maybe the color is gonna change with time, but for the result, the end result, you can paint with cheaper oil paints, and nobody's gonna notice unless you wanna paint something really colorful. Then you know, because basically we end up knocking down all the colors. Okay. If you compare any color here with the colors here, no one gets closer to. What I mean is not there's not a pure orange here that you say, hey. You notice when you use expensive brands that they are really powerful. They're, the tint power of expensive brand is pretty nice. You can use a little bit, it tints a lot. Okay, for painting a landscape, for painting a still life, color for a still life, pretty sure that's going to be amazing. For a portrait, depending, you know, because sometimes we paint portraits really like wash. What do you say? Wash out. I think that's the word. Kind of pale, kind of soft. Yeah, there are different colors, different styles. Okay. And I got like more than 100 videos here on my channel. You can see that on all of those I have used just Winton oil paints, and the Winton are the cheaper ones. Okay. I'm afraid to change the background to green and just change the skin color here. Okay, now this is softer, okay, but I repeat, if you want to just put more paint here, a little bit of green, a little bit of yellow. Green is a pretty nice color with white, it glows, and then you blend it like this. You're gonna get a little bit of texture, yeah. Some people love this contrast between softness and texture. Okay. Okay, let's see. For number 2. Now, here we start making adjustments. Okay, this color is more yellowish, maybe greenish. Then you can start adding more and more of the colors you have. Remember, at the beginning it was pretty simple. Basically, it was just burnt sienna and white. And for number 1, burnt sienna and white. The second one, burnt sienna and white. The third one, it was the same, I think. No, I added a touch of ultramarine blue here, and more ultramarine for this one. For the number 4. Okay, another thing that we can do is just number the colors, and that way we keep an order. Oh no, that one doesn't have a number. Hello, G's. Hello, Pigan is saying, I like the Winton. I haven't tried the Rembrandt yet. Yeah. The difference is the price. The difference is obviously when you try Rembrandt, you notice the color, the tint power. Yeah. And hey, everybody out there, don't forget to press the like button. Okay, a little bit of green. I want to knock down the color here. I want to paint here. We need a sharp edge there. Okay. You can paint and repaint as long as you respect the first values. Okay. And look, don't move away from your palette. At this stage, you should keep a palette like this. Pretty simple. Look at that. If by now your palette is a mess, maybe the painting is gonna be a mess too. I don't think so, but you know, I'm trying just to keep it really tight, you know, in this order. Okay, now the background. Okay, I'm gonna use this green, a little bit of black and white. More black, a little bit of burnt sienna, more white. You know what? I like it, and oh no. Okay, more white. I wanted this background a little bit lighter. The best paint that I have tried. Yeah, I remember. The thing is that now is Rembrandt, but when I lived in New York for a year, like a long time ago, more than 20 years ago. No, 20 years ago, yeah. And I remember just going to this store, Pear Paint, in 42 Avenue in Manhattan. And this store, they got some sales. They kind of have on sale these little tubes that they have been damaged, but they was pretty nice, expensive brands that you get for like $1, $2. And I don't remember the brands, but I got a lot of them, and they were just pretty nice, pretty amazing colors, nice pigments, and pretty sure I got some really nice, expensive paints at that time for nothing. Yeah. What do you think? I don't know, you know, they are kind of close to this grayish color I got on below the photograph. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna add more linseed oil to make it kind of transparent, and at least to see a little bit of the background. You know, the background is gonna add a little bit of a warmer variation to this color, because it's, it's kind of breathing beneath the surface. I'm gonna keep it thick, let's say here, and transparent here. Okay. I think it needs more head. Okay. Let's check out. Oh no, I think that's okay. Or maybe cut here. No, I think it's the position, Maybe more tilted here. There. Okay, let's add more and more colors here and there. Like I said before, you can mix green and white. White with a little bit of this pink that I got here from this red. This coming red is Rembrandt. I love that. I love to use this. This Rembrandt to get any pink. I'm gonna get a nice strong pinky color. A little bit of yellow to get some orange. Okay, here. White and red for the mouth. A little bit of green with number 2. I need to knock down the color here. There is a little bit of subtle greenish or grayish color all this area. All this area here. Okay. Now you can blend it, add more paint. As soon as you keep the values, the order of the values, you can do whatever you want. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Pizarro. Thank you, Realism. Great background color, as it is somewhat transparent, letting the orange through. Yeah. Steve Whelan saying background makes her jump out a bit. 3D. Okay. Let's see. Oh, hello, Lon Soderberg from Denmark. Okay, I need to get closer here. The only problem I have here is just that I'm almost touching the camera. Okay, I want mixing raw umber and alizarin crimson. Okay, this is a liner brush. Let's see the nose. The eye. Okay, I need to zoom in here because I see the nostril. I see reflected light. Wow. Okay. A lot of details here. First, I gotta think about just getting a sharp edge on the nose to make the nose pop. I see a little bit of light. I need to zoom in the photograph. Okay, it's not that clear, but it looks like I see a little bit of light here on the nose. I want to exaggerate this a little bit, like this. Then it goes down, like that. And there's a little bit of a shadow here. Okay. Remember that if you want to see this, the other photograph, the upper one, just a link to my Patreon. You don't need to open up an account, nothing. Nothing. It's just there. You're gonna see the link to this video, to this live stream. Okay. And there, attached are the two photographs. And by the way, you can just become a free member on my Patreon. And even being a free member, you get access to a couple of recorded sessions. Okay. I need something is not okay with the nose. There. Okay, I'm gonna keep some softness here, some soft edge. There, soft edge here. Sharp edge on the upper lip. Okay. There, soft, sharp. Now on the eye here. blending a little bit. Hola, Agustín. Okay. Let's see. I think I need to tilt the eye a little bit more. Thinking about the volume here and there, for example, here we need to think that this is rounded, okay? Imagine that you're painting an area that's swollen, but not that much. But you stay there working, adding light, midtones and shadows. The eye is a sphere inside the eye socket. It shows its form. Okay. The nose is the same. It's just like having a sphere on the tip of the nose, and another one here for the wing, where you just put the highlights. You need to shade, or blend, thinking that you need to get this rounded volume. Okay, now every rounded volume has light that goes to shadow, and on the shadow there is a cast shadow. This is a little bit more complicated. Cast shadow here. Reflect the light here. You got the cast shadow. After the cast shadow, you got a reflected light. Here's the same, a reflected light. I want to mix black with alizarin greens on here. Okay, pretty dark. Okay, I need this here to make it really dark. Now the nose, here the nostril, really dark. A little bit of light here. Okay, a little bit of red on the nose. A little bit of green. Just a little bit there. Let's see. Hello, Sebastian. Hola. Cristo is saying the portrait is a Native American. Maybe. Who knows? Hello, Ludmila. Okay, let's see. Oh, thank you so much, Ludmila. Thank you so much. Okay. Hola, cast Omar. Okay, let's continue. Something. Let's see. I want to paint a little bit of the hair. I need another brush. This one, I think, is gonna be pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna mix this number 2 with orange, yellow, and red, and let's paint. Okay. Okay, let's see. Hello, Christos. Thank you. This is raw umber with cadmium red. Okay, but this area where I'm mixing the color here, there is a little bit of different crimson. Okay. Remember, just keep cleaning your brush. Okay, there has to be a cast shadow here. Something like this. There. make it even bigger, the cast shadow, like that. I'm not gonna paint the earring, that would be too much work. Okay, anyway, let's see, a little bit of orange here. Oh, by the way, I paint commissions too. Somebody wanna paint, somebody wants me to paint, you know, any portrait. If it's a small size, I can paint it even here on a live stream. Okay. If it's a bigger size, obviously, that's, I'm just gonna paint it on my studio. There's a lot of back and forth here, everywhere, you know, but this back and forth is about making something darker, lighter, and at the same time trying to keep the color clean, trying to keep some transparency. Think about color theory, if that's possible to, let's say, create more contrast between the lights and the midtones or highlights. Okay, that's when I add, for example, a little bit of green on the highlight, because if the ear, let's say, that's basically orangey, pinky, you know, a greenish highlight is gonna glow. But just a highlight, as soon as you mix it more and more and more, what's gonna happen? That area is gonna kind of, you're gonna knock down the color. It's gonna look a little bit mute. Maybe that's not what you want. If that happens, you need to mix again pink and paint again. And the same principle about how much paint applies everywhere. You know, more paint, you can put more paint here on the lights, really thick paint, and less paint on the shadows. Okay. There is light there, there is a midtone next to that. Okay, and this is the tricky part, like I said before, like for example, there's light here, okay? Then there goes a midtone, then a shadow, a core shadow, and a reflected light. The thing is that the space here is too small, but we should be able to place here a reflected light, and next to the reflected light is the shadow in the core shadow. Okay. Now, on the cast shadow on the ear, we're gonna choose to make it sharper here and softer there and softer here to indicate that the form is turning. don't think I'm gonna be able to get this. But anyway, I'm trying to apply all these rules. On the ear, okay. Mixing cadmium red and alizarin crimson. I'm gonna paint here. I'm trying to saturate this color to create some transparency here. More red. Let's add some pure red here. Okay. A little bit of red too here. A little bit darker. Okay, keep the transition, keep the reflected light here. Okay. Same here, a little bit of the reflected light. Okay. Okay, let's see. Steve Williamson is amazing how we see things different. I'd have her lips in profile out a teeny tiny bit more. That's why I'd never be an artist. I see it wrong. Learning so much from just watching. Hello Perry. Thank you, Steve. Hello Jer Siki. It's an hour and a half. I touch the ear with my pinky. Put more paint, and I'm gonna blend here. Thinking right now, for example, on the upper eyelid, I'm thinking if I got this that area rounded, and about the same on the lower eyelid, which I see that looks flat. Okay, it means I need a little bit of light here. And blend it. Okay, and the other brush, this tiny liner. These are liner brushes. Here, and the thing is that by adding the shadow here and the light, I'm trying to, paint this in a way that it's gonna look rounded. And we always need at least three values. Okay, that means that I need here a lighter value here a little bit. Okay, it doesn't mean like this lighter value is going to be as light or bright as any other value, like the highlight on the nose. It's just that those values are going to work just for that area. How dark or how light they are is going to work just in this smaller area. Okay, the same here. For example, here I need a little bit of light to create that roundness there. Okay, it doesn't mean that I'm gonna pick up this light that I have here and put it here. I have seen that sometimes that we paint highlight and we pick up, the same shadow. Okay, now another thing that's happening with something is rounded. We have light, mid-tone, and we have a cast shadow here. A core shadow, sorry. This shadow is darker than the shadow that's next to that one. It came from the light, dark. Okay. Now we gotta be sure where is this core shadow, more to the right, to the left, because that's gonna create volume, and that could affect the lightness. Okay. There, and then reflect the light here. For the core shadow, that's the darker shadow, and any rounded form, it came reflected light. This case is just here, a little bit lighter. Okay, the same here, core shadow again. core shadow again. That's pretty important to create volume. Okay. Now on the cheek here, this is rounded. Okay, we're going to see a core shadow here, there. Okay. Again, you gotta paint it again because after blending, maybe it's gone. You know, it vanished. The painting is wet. You paint it once, you paint it twice. You double check. Okay. Perry Cofish is saying, do you choose before painting what point or points will be the main focus on the portrait for the observer, lights, edges, nose? Oh, no, you know, but usually, for example, a sharp edge is going to be on the nose. Another sharp edge could be the mouth because we want just to keep the attention on those areas. Okay, and that would be, I mean, I wouldn't soften or blur, you know, the nose to make, for example, the forehead just pretty sharp. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, we keep the attention in just the areas that are more important on the face. You know, the eyes, nose, and mouth, obviously. Okay. And for example, it's pretty clear, you know, how sharp is this edge in this. You know, that's, on this area, the tension is the mouth. Here, you know, the nose. Yeah, there is like not many options, not too many options. And for example, on the forehead, we could do the same too, but you know, making that edge sharp, I don't think that's gonna help me in a way that to create some depth. I want to create some depth here. For that, that's gonna be better. Even if I exaggerate that, let me see. Where's my? Okay, here it is. What if I do this like? You know, pretty blurry. I think the portrait is gonna work anyway. You know, we can exaggerate that. What if I do this and I make it this sharp, but just here, just there. Okay, a little bit of sharp edge. You notice the difference? It's like for the hair too. Like let's do this. All the edge on the hair is soft and blurry. Okay, and I see the hair and I think, hey, we're gonna just put some attention there. Okay, I can just choose to make it here. Okay, and then here maybe a little bit. Okay, and at the same time I gotta do the same with the background. Okay, here and then here. Okay, this creates some movement, okay, because it's sharp, soft, sharp. It's not like this completely soft or complete sharp. What we're going to see on a beginner's painter, that all the edges are pretty sharp. Why that happens? Because we pay attention to everything we're gonna paint. We want to paint every little detail. We think that our painting is going to be beautiful if we paint every little single detail everywhere on the painting. Okay, and then with time we learn that, you know, we can skip painting few things. You know, speaking about details, okay, and the painting is going to look pretty good as soon as we keep painting values. But that's the thing, it's not about simplification, you know, because when it's about values, you need to paint the light, the midtone, the shadow, the core shadow, the reflected light. Okay, it's not just that simple. That's the more difficult thing, the values. That's why people say, hey, value skin paint. Okay, for the neck, all these things I've been speaking about shadows is speaking about values. Those are speaking about values. Okay, and we don't skip on values. We don't simplify values. We simplify details. We don't paint details. Let's say here, we learned that we can just get away with a nice painting if the values are pretty close, but no details. Not like a tiny little, you know, hair here, there. Yeah, it's kind of sometimes pretty tricky to choose where to put attention. Not obviously the obvious areas that we need to pay attention to, you know. But for example, sometimes we just want to, let's say, I have chosen this sharp, sharp, soft, soft. You can do the opposite, soft here and sharp here. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna change too much. Okay. Now, if somebody wants to be more creative about edges and all of that, you can choose even to break some, no rules, but some common order about edges, and then make the nose soft and just the mandible pretty sharp. That's going to keep the tension on the mandible. It's going to make everything softer. Yeah, if that works for somebody, yeah, definitely you could do it. Okay. You know what? I would love to paint this yellow here. This is too reddish, but I like it. Now, more colors. When you get to this stage, okay, you can add more colors. For example, what about some cool color and warmer color? Okay, warm, cool colors. Yeah. And as soon as you respect values, you can add more and more. What if you mix blue and lizard crimson and white to get a nice purple? Okay, find a place where you see this value. You can make it darker or lighter. Okay. Don't break up the order that you got in terms of values like midtone, light, midtone, shadow, core shadow, reflected light. Okay, color, it goes, let's say it works with values, but not by adding, not because you love color, you're gonna break the order on values, okay? That's gonna just affect the painting more than anything. Okay. This is just black, black with a touch of alizarin crimson. I want an accent here. Okay. Releasing. This sharpening edges work perfectly. No amount of the absolute focus point. Yeah. This is pretty common, you know. Yep. Okay. Jesús me pregunta, los directos son usualmente entre las 11 y la 1. I'm saying that the live streams usually are on Thursdays between, let's say, noon and 2 p.m., sometimes 3 p.m. If you don't see me Thursday here, I'm gonna be on Friday. Okay. Now, more accents, black and alizarin crimson again. Okay. Not too much paint, okay. Really careful. Okay. Now here. But like I said before, if you got to the first hour here without going over this process of painting these details, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna just learn a lot, and this is gonna be pretty useful for you. I know that because at this stage, when you start thinking about ages and all of that, I have seen so many people get confused, and because they're trying to get color, all of that, and we love color. We care a lot about color. We care that when we try to match the color, and we don't get it, and sometimes by trying to match the color, we affect the values, and all of a sudden we don't have what? Shadows. We don't have shadows, we don't see lights. If we don't see lights, everything is flat. You know, that's a common word to say, well, I overblend it, I overwork it. And when we overwork, what we do basically, it means that we get rid of the shadows. And why? Because we are so afraid of painting, you know, the shadows. We love lighter colors because those colors are easy to keep clean. But darker ones are the difficult ones, are the ones that got muddy. You know what? But that's okay. You know, the darker colors are muddy colors, dirty colors. That's okay. Don't fight then. If you take this color maybe from the skin and you use it in a colorful painting, you're gonna realize that this color is muddy. It's milky. It's a milky color. It's a color that is not okay for anything more than the portrait. Okay, let me zoom in. I want you to see that the amount of paint. Look at that. Okay. Now, that's paint, and look at the shadows. The shadow of the painting is thinner. Okay. Now, this is something that you're not gonna see in every painting. It's not like every painting you're gonna see the same things and seeing that you can just go and add a lot of paint to light and shadows. Okay, it's time to go for me. It's time to eat. I just got a notification here that it's time to eat. It's almost 3 p.m. I'm gonna paint maybe 5 more minutes. Okay. Don't forget to press the like button before you go. Hope you like it. And if you're new, you can subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna add some glazes here to get a nice hair color. Right now is I don't want to spend that much time trying to match the beautiful color that I see here. I just want to get the lights. Okay, something that I didn't paint. I see this darker shadow on the neck. You know, I didn't paint that because I just want to keep the attention here. I'm going to make it this soft. I make it reddish because I wanted some color here. The same way I got this red, I got this red, I got a little bit of red here, here, here. Some touches, okay? Just trying to balance things out on the face. Okay, maybe an accent. If somebody wants to add more colors, you can just continue adding more colors. You know, I added a little bit of this purple, but you can just add more and more. And as soon as you know, subtle colors, subtle, okay? Green, for example. A touch, usually a touch of green is pretty nice here. Okay, check out, it's too light, it's too dark. Blend it. A little bit here, a little bit there. The mouth, touch of red, and the lip, pure red. Okay, that's beautiful. A bit more. This red is Rembrandt. That, I mean, if I put it pure, it's gonna glow pretty nice, pretty nicely. Okay. Now I was about, oh, you can make, for example, the background a little bit lighter. Let's say here, where is the shadow there? Lighter and colorful. Okay. A little bit darker up here to see the nose, for example. Okay. See the highlight on the nose. Oops, 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 oops. Okay. Okay, that helps. Está ahí encima del microondas. Reflected light here. Okay, that's it. You know, you can continue, let it dry. Usually, if you got to this stage, the next stage is going to be just a repetition of this one. Okay, you're going to pay attention to the same things. You're going to add more colors. You're going to be able to add glazes. Where's my brush? Or you're going to be able to make corrections, obviously, value corrections. Don't think about details, okay? Don't think about painting hair by hair. Don't think about like matching the colors perfectly on the face. Did you get the values, midtones, lights, core shadow, reflected light, all of that? You're gonna see that the painting is gonna look, you know, okay. It's gonna look okay. It's not gonna be, oh my God, the masterpiece is, but it's gonna look pretty good. Okay, and the more you paint and practice, if your goal is to match the color exactly, yeah, just put more time on that. Just paint and repaint. ¿Me encontraste? And about the lightness, yeah, you know, with practice, you're gonna get better. But on some portraits, you're not gonna get the likeness. And some people just has kind of, let's say, a difficult face, and some people has an easy face. Okay. And that happens all the time. A little bit of purple could be pretty nice here. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you so much, okay, for being here, and see you all next time, next week. Okay. Okay. Hello, Renato from Canada. Hello, Steve. Thank you. Hello, Paula. Thank you. See here. Hello, Petri, Lon, oh, everybody. Thank you so much, everybody. Don't forget to press the like button, and see you next week. Bye. This is pure black. Ignore me. I'm not here.